These are the B-pillars of my Subaru Outback that are wrapped in Vivid's forged carbon fiber ghost metal gray vinyl wrap. In this video, I'll show you how I did this super easy process to add a custom look to your car. So let's get started. The first step is to ensure your B-pillars and the surrounding areas are cleaned thoroughly. I'm using a rubbing alcohol and water mixture as my cleaning agent with a microfiber cloth. As you can see, I'm not only cleaning the surface area of the pillars and the area around the pillars, but the edges of the pillars and in between the rubber seals and pillars as best I can. After you've thoroughly cleaned the area, if you haven't already, measure out a piece of vinyl that will cover the pillars up and down, left and right, with some excess all the way around. For this project, I'm using Vivid's Ghost Metal Gray Forged Carbon Fiber Vinyl Wrap, which has a very unique look and feel to it. Next, I cut that piece in half, making two pieces, one for each pillar. And now that everything is cleaned and my vinyl is cut to size, it's time to apply the first piece. To do this, peel the backing paper from your vinyl and loosely place it over the pillar you want to wrap first. If you need to pick up and adjust the vinyl, that's fine, as this vinyl is repositionable. Once you have it in place and are sure the vinyl will cover the surface area entirely with some excess past the edges, squeegee the vinyl down firmly and evenly. I then use the MicroSqueegee to ensure the vinyl is tucked tightly against the top and bottom edges, as well as to define the gap between the pillar and the rubber seal, in this case on the right side of the pillar. In my experience, taking time to define your edges with your MicroSqueegee will ensure your vinyl is fully covered and tucked and make trimming the vinyl easier, as your blade will tend to follow that line naturally. Once everything is tucked well, it's time to trim your vinyl. Before I start cutting, I like to snap off my blade to ensure that it is as sharp as possible so the blade will cut the vinyl smoothly. When you're ready to cut, expose just a bit of your blade, maybe one or two clicks out, and here I started to cut the vinyl at the top of the pillar. I'm following the tuck line I created with my MicroSqueegee, using just the tip of the blade to cut the vinyl. And because I defined my line, my knife naturally followed the tuck line. Next, I cut down the right side of the pillar, putting my blade in the tuck line I made with my MicroSqueegee. Here the blade is now in between the tiny gap between the pillar and the rubber seal. Cut down the side of the pillar slowly with a bit of pressure pushing to the left in this case to ensure the knife blade stays against the side edge of the pillar. This will ensure that you don't cut the rubber and the pillar side acts as your cut guide. On the left side of the pillar, I ensured the vinyl was tucked just over the edge and then cut behind the edge of the pillar using what's known as the empty cut. This type of cut is where you use the side edge of the pillar as your cut guide, but the tip of the knife is pointed in at an angle inward into the empty space behind the surface. Carefully cut down the pillar and peel away the excess vinyl. Lastly, I cut the bottom of the pillar, and this is essentially the same as cutting the top section, where I used the tuck line I made with my MicroSqueegee as my cut line guide. Once you finish cutting all your sides, go over all your edges again to ensure everything is sealed down. And now that's one pillar down and one more to go. To do the second pillar, it's practically the same as the first. Apply the vinyl to the main surface area. Tuck your vinyl at the edges using your squeegee and your MicroSqueegee, and then carefully cut. Here the rubber seal is on the left side of the pillar and the empty side is on the right side of the pillar, so be sure to adjust accordingly. Once you finish with that pillar, be sure to go over all your edges to make sure everything is sealed down, and although I didn't show it, go over everything with a heat gun at the end to help you find any bubbles you might have missed or any loose edges that might need to still be pressed down. And with that, you've now created a custom look for your B-pillars in just a matter of minutes. And so guys, if you found this video to be helpful, you know the drill. Hit that like button and click subscribe if you haven't already. And if you click that bell button, you'll get notices when I post new content to the channel. Thanks again guys for watching and have a great day.